Yo, yo, yo. Happy Thursday, everyone. Alright, stream is live. How's everyone doing today? I'm just hanging out for my tailoring buffs. Probably get them in like 10 minutes and then head to the raid. Today should be a better raid than yesterday in terms of parsing and stuff. I don't know if any of you guys watched the 10-man yesterday, but I did a fight without any pants on. So that was pretty funny. Hopefully that doesn't happen today. I know, it's great. I'm just gonna get these buffs now. What's up, John? Am I gonna use the Mind Sear glyph? I'm gonna use it on a noob for Mind Searing. Oh, what's up, NN? You had a 6-day vacation? Hell yeah, very nice. You lost the hip bracers to a disc priest. Was that like a loot council thing? How did they just... That sucks. I would be very upset if I lost any hit items to a healer. Let's do, what's this, Moonshroud? But hey, I hope your vacation was good, other than losing those hip bracers. But yeah, John, I'll be using Mind Sear glyph. I think I might even have it on right now. I'm gonna swap that to Shadowward Pain. And then I'll put it back to Mind Sear before noob. Leaders brain farted. Yeah, I mean, if they gave spell weave. Yeah, I mean, if they gave hit bracers to a disc priest, I would be pretty upset about that. I would have probably thrown a fit immediately, or not a fit, but I would have been like, hey, listen, we're giving a hit item to a healer. Like, I think that should probably not go to a healer. But no, yeah, that sucks. Sorry, man. I know the feeling. I know the feeling of not getting something that you feel you should get, and then somebody else gets it. Although I can't say healer's ever taken the loot that I wanted. I don't think, anyway. John, you can't get past a 70 on a noob? I mean, you could be doing too much damage to the ads. Because if you're VTing and Mind Searing, I'll try to point out what I'm doing, so hopefully that can help you out. But yeah, it really comes down to doing damage to the ads, but not too much damage. Because if you do too much damage, then, you know, it's not going to count for your parse. Let's kill this little guy. Use my Ebon Weave. I'm going with the wormhole going. Yeah, I can actually share that. That's a good call, NN. I have that Weakaura on here. Fojji, a noob add damage tracker. So if you use this, see this bar right here? This essentially, this will count up to 900k because that was the cap before. The cap's now 600k. So you just need to make sure that you stop early, or you don't like fill the bar up. You basically want to go 2/3 of the way. Oh, didn't mean to do that. But yeah, so it's great. I'll show it. I'll highlight it when I'm doing a noob. But I highly recommend that add-on. Helps a lot for tracking your ad damage. I'm gonna log out to save my tailoring buffs. Yeah, I can probably review your logs, NN. So I was planning on doing log reviews after raid. Some guildies might be playing Diablo, so I think it'll depend. Just because I might be able to get power leveled by somebody, which means I can avoid a lot of leveling headaches. But we'll see. We'll see with time and what some other people are doing. But yeah, happy to help it if there's time, for sure. But even if I don't get to you today, I'm trying to do log reviews every time I stream, you know, whether in between raids, after raids. So if you come hang out, you should absolutely have an opportunity to get your logs reviewed. That's not bad, 88, 90. I wouldn't say 88 to 90 suck. But yeah, that's probably it's probably optimizing damage on like multi-dotting, if I had to guess. Like making sure when you're dotting, like maintaining full dot uptime on like the snowballs or the mistress, but then also not losing too much single target damage from your main target, if I had to guess. You'll definitely be around, John. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Again, if some of my guildies are playing Diablo 4, I might want to hop in with them just to get some free level, like to get some free boosting. I'm level like 18, and I don't have it in me to level right now. I don't enjoy leveling in any game. But we'll see. Because I think they were saying you can get to level 50 in like an hour. So if we could do that pretty quickly, then maybe after I get to like level 50, I could take a look for you. But that would probably be at like 10, 11 o'clock tonight, according to my time here. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what I'll be doing after raid. We never start early. I think last week we have 4 splits that happened. Last week, all 4 of our splits started late. Like whether people were like showed up late or just no showed to raid. Like not a single one of our splits started on time. You need to change. How's the stream quality, by the way? YouTube's telling me it's poor. Like, are you guys getting any lag, or does anything seem weird? Stream is helps. Stream status is poor. Serious issue that needs attention. I need to change the video resolution. That looks fine to you guys? I think what happened is I set the stream to ultra low latency, like just so that it'd be like more responsive, like me talking with you guys. But in doing that, YouTube doesn't support 1440p, which is what I play on. And that's like what my streaming resolution is. So I think YouTube doesn't like that because on their ultra low, you're not supposed to be doing 1440. Yeah, well, so NN, you can link your logs. I don't think it'll let you though. YouTube just has a whole thing. I don't even think it's something I can set permissions for, but people said they're not able to link logs or link links in general. So, I mean, if you can post them, like you have my permission. I don't know if I can. Let me see. No, there's nothing. I can't give you like extra permissions or anything. So you can try posting it and see if it posts. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, also, you can just put in your character name and server, and then somebody can look you up too. I'm first prio on most of the loot for one of our splits, and second week nothing drops for me. Yeah, that's happened. I mean, I was first prio on Flare for 3 months until it dropped for me. So, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have raids where you just don't get anything. Like, my character, my main priest has like a ton of gear. So like it's kind of hard for me to get upgrades right now. Like very specific items have to drop.
I would like to extend to you an invitation to.
Oh, thanks, John. Thank you for being a supporter. I appreciate you, man.
With pants.
Welcome to the pants party. But yeah, I guess as a supporter, you have priority on log reviews. So if I do log reviews, John, yours will be the first that I get to. I promise you that. Oh, you still haven't gotten your Flare Malicite? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I know the struggle. I got mine 2 weeks before TOGC came out. I was on prio for it starting at the beginning of March. I didn't get it till the beginning of June. Yeah, you got Rain. Rain drops a lot more frequently than Flare. Like Rain has like a 20% chance to drop or something, I think. It's around there. I think it's 15 to 20%. Whereas Flare, it feels like it's 0% or 0.2% or something. It's stupid. Do we have 25 people in raid yet? Oh, we do. Oh my god, you've gotten 4 flares in a row. Can you come seed our raids, please? We still need them. Oh, dude, we got our first death's choice, or I guess death's verdict for Alliance last week, and we got our second one yesterday. That was the item that was evading us. But we've only gotten 2. And like, I think we've gotten like 3 Jaina's Radiances, so it's just like, we've gotten more of the individual cloaks than we have gotten like death's verdict. Yeah, I can. Jeeves. Get buffs going, get blast. People have forts. We're looking good. Can we get... Oh, never mind. There is a mage table. Blake, what are you playing now if you're not playing Shadow? I mean, congratulations on your Death's Choice. That's sick. It's a massive item. Yeah, we were behind on caster cloaks, and now we're doing well. Ooh, Survival Hunter. You've had 0 hunters since the start of World War. We have hunters, but they're mainly... I think Shy just switched it to his main recently. Our one really good hunter quit at the end of World War. I guess we've had like 1 consistent hunter, maybe 2 at certain points, but... You're at work on your phone? Dude, looking at logs or trying to do a lot of things on your phone for a while just don't really work. All right, let's try to parse today. I don't know if you guys watched yesterday. I played really bad yesterday, so hopefully that's not the case today. Music's not quite pumping me up though. Oh, there we go. I don't know. I just see big numbers. I feel like I'm doing big damn. Get out of here, fire. I think I'm still standing in it. I know, the dot just lasts. It doesn't fall off you. Oh. One of our guys disconnected. That's not a good start to any fight. Dude. These fires. Oh, man, he got sent out of my range. Alright, damage isn't the best to start the fight. I had to move a bit. Missing on that snowball kind of hurt. Bro, you bastard. What an asshole. Really? You're not? Oh, you son of a bitch. Dude. Oh, he didn't interrupt my thing. Please kill this snowball. Dude, come on. This is the second week in a row I got a snowball in this fight. Snowball. I'm literally in the melee stack. Oh, dude, I hate this fight. Snowballs are so fucking troll. It's like the stupidest mechanic to exist. Oh. Fuck. Okay. I got cleansed. Oh, he still has a lot of health. Dude, Snowball's just the fucking worst. My parse last week overall was still top alliance, I think. That's a terrible timing for a flare prop. But getting a snowball is just so bad for your DPS. These will disappear soon, right? Still probably a safe spot to go. Don't freeze me. I'm in a bad spot right now. Oh, thank God. Oh, no problem, Rakan. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I don't know. I guess VT actually worked there. Nice. Dodge that at least. Let's dodge something. Man, I'm still top DPS. That's what feels bad. Oh, dodge another one. Nice. Oh, well, rip parsing. I didn't even get that cast off in time. Whatever. I mean, top DPS, but that was a little bit trolled. Hey, Pants. Or, hey, Rakan, how's it going, man? I was just reading your message. Our Warlock second seed disconnected. Ooh, Tenebrous Mist. That's very nice. But I'm glad you've been enjoying the videos. What's the Weakaura that shows DP ticks? So it's kind of a new one. It's probably going to get updated. So I have two of them. Oh, right now, this one. This shows ticks. I guess, hold on. I have two of them. So this is the one that kind of is always active. I can export this for you. Information. Hey, what's up, Other High? How's it going, man? Hey, Hellhole. Hi, after raid, do you think you can help me with a moment with my logs? Hellhole, I might be able to. There's a line already. If time permits, I might be able to. I can't guarantee though, sorry. But if not today, then, you know, come hop by a stream next week or, you know, whenever I'm streaming. I always try to do some log reviews. But that link that I just put will show you. That's the one, like right here. It'll essentially show you when your Devouring Plague is about to tick. It's really good for if you need to refresh it. Although, I'll be honest, I didn't look at it at all in that last fight. And then this is another one that kind of does the same thing. I just have both of them to see which one I like better. This one only activates a tick timer when the recast DP Weakaura activates. So I'm trying to figure out which one I like better between the two different tick timers. Okay, but like, okay, so despite getting a snowballed, not the worst parse on that fight. But the fact that we got that stun with him having 500k HP left, pretty troll. Oh, hey, what's up, Glory Findai? If I said that right? Hey, welcome from France. Thanks for hanging out. Yo, where's the flare proc?
Portal.
There it is. There we go. So you can see I can look at the ticks now. So I want to cast it basically kind of as close to a tick happening as I can. It's like a super min-maxy thing that the value that it provides. I should have refreshed VT there. Not sure how good it is, but I figured it's worth trying. Let's see, Volcano in 15 seconds. That sucked. That was terrible timing.
Run away.
Legion Flames. I am not moving.
Run away.
Okay, I know. Oh, I need to hit the volcano. Whoops. Not the best parse for this one. Yeah, that was kind of bad, actually. 11-1. My best is 11-5. I fumbled around with my dots on the different targets there. It's okay. Not every fight's going to be perfect, unfortunately. But how you doing, Other High? How's your day going? your raid starts in 15 minutes. Well, good luck. Hopefully you get some loot. And if not, I hope you have some sick parses. Still practicing Mind Flay without no channeling? Yeah, it's definitely going to be a hard change to get used to at first. Your first few raids using it are probably going to be worse than they were before. It's going to be a little bit difficult to get used to. But I promise you, when you do get used to it, you'll be doing a lot better than you were. It just might take some time. So don't get discouraged if you're like your next 2 or 3 raids aren't quite where you want them to be with your Mind Flay. All right, time to VT everything.
5.
Now again,
4,
I'm trying
3,
not to get silenced
2,
on the poll.
1.
So like, never do VT as my first cast, because if you have like one of the first casts go up, you'll probably get interrupted. Get a replenishment going.
Dispel.
Oh, I got a dispel.
Focus.
Oh, what? Dude. This actually would have been a good time to disperse
Focus.
for mana. Oh, okay. Rip parse. What? Dude, don't grip me. Get out of here. I'm a shadow priest. You can't fuck with me.
Dispel.
Alright, I have a ton of mana. Let's see if we can finish out the fight. Oh, I got interrupted. Pally dead. It's just like whack-a-mole with dots. Mana potion, so we can keep going. Oh. Dude, sounds or feared again. Well, whatever. I mean, it's still pretty solid damage. Sit down, be humble. I try to be humble. What are the best minor and major glyphs? So I have a few videos about it, but essentially you always want Glyph of Mind Flay and Glyph of Shadow. Like you want these on every single fight. Your third glyph will change depending on the fight. And then I would always recommend Glyph of Shadow Fiend, Glyph of Levitate, and Glyph of Fortitude as your 3 minors. Does the boss damage include faction champions? Yes, so for parsing, or like for your overall parse for the raid, it does include faction champions. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Even though you don't get a parse for it. Oh, you meant faction champs as your worst fight? It's literally just vampiric touch everything, especially when you get the 2-piece bonus. Like your VT, I mean, like look at VT compared to everything else. 76% of my damage. So it just does a massive amount. All right, I had really good parse on these guys last week, so let's see if I can do it again. Yeah, no problem, Glorfindai, I think that's right. But I do have a few videos. Like if you go to my page, my YouTube page, my most recent video is kind of like an everything Shadow Priest guide for Wrathful Lich King. So that'll have like glyphs, talents, rotation, like everything in there. And then I do have a more in-depth video on glyphs and talents as well. All right, 40-second pull timer. Let's not fall asleep. You know, the more I play this raid, the more I realize I think Shadow is actually pretty good class for it. And I know that Wowhead had that like C tier ranking, which is, Wowhead rankings are dumb anyway. But I feel like this is actually a very good raid for Shadow. Kind of Jiraxxus aside, Jiraxxus doesn't really matter. Every other fight though.
1.
Oh, where am I going? Oh, I forgot to set focus. Crap. I fucked up. All right, tab targeting today. That's my fault. Don't get to use my fancy fun Weakauras.
Interrupt.
All right, no Dark Vortex, which is nice, but not quite hitting the DPS that I hit the other day. Good player timing. Oh my god, really? My Shadow Pain fell off. That was like right after 3 seconds. That's some shit. I mean, 15.5k. That's still my second best parse. Do I use any macros for my pet? Yeah. It would be... Ooh, Whale of the val'kyr. That's a very nice one. It'd be easier instead of me telling you if you went and checked my macro video. Just because there's a few different ones I have. I have one for the pet itself. One for like Mind Flay. Like / cast Shadow Crawl into my spells. Oh, Glorfindai, you're a beginner Shadow Shadow Priest? Yeah, then definitely I would say check out my most recent YouTube video. I think it would help you out a lot. Just pretty much goes through like everything Shadow Priest in like 13 minutes. It's pretty quick. Yeah, I'm supposed to set my focus on my off target, and I completely forgot to do that. That was my fault there. Sorry about that. And yeah, we're gonna be awesome in ICC. Yeah, I remember I played. It is worth it to keep Vampiric Touch on both targets, but I remember playing Wrath, or playing Shadow Priest and Wrath in ICC, like original, and that's actually what made me want to make Shadow Priest my main, because before that I was a mage main. And I remember being extremely competitive in ICC, and it was in like random pugs. I don't think I was in a guild or anything, but I thought the gameplay was so much fun, and that's why I've been a Shadow Priest main ever since. There's a boss frame Weakaura for twins. Yeah, that would be really good. Why the door strat? I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily better. It's just what we like to do. And we have all of our melee go dark and all the ranged go light. So if you're saying why is everybody light, it's just we have a lot of ranged. It's just ranged are light, melee are dark. Yeah, Wrath is when I went Shadow. I took a break until Legion, so that was like 5 years of not really playing the game. And then when I came back in Legion, Shadow was my full-fledged main, and it was awesome. A lot of fun. And then, yeah, pretty much since then been playing as Shadow in every expansion. All right, last boss. I like how fast the raid is. I wish that there was more to... I feel like I'm missing raid content, you know? I want there to be more. Yeah, Surrender to Madness in Legion, that was insane. I was so bad at using it, because like I was just getting back into the game after like a 5-year break. But I mean, what the top Shadow Priests were doing with that in the first raid was insane. An Emerald Nightmare. All right, let's get it. So we'll see the Weakaura here on my top left.
4,
or not top
3,
left, but left.
2,
It's gonna monitor
1.
how much damage we're doing to burrowers. So try not to go over that cap. All right, ads running wild.
Interrupt.
Try to Mind Seer. I'm just gonna do a single Mind Seer because that was juiced with Inner Focus. So you can see I've done 158k. So essentially, if we get 4 sets and I do 150k to all of them, that's pretty much perfect.
Focus.
He's about to submerge. All right, so 370. So probably after the next set, I'll be pretty close to maxing out that damage at 600k. The add-on says, or the Weakaura says 900k, by the way, because I just haven't updated it since the add damage change, but the cap's now 600k, not 900. Oh, let's kill this guy. Oh, that's a terrible time for a flare. I'm gonna disperse for some mana. Don't hit me. Get away. Get away. So now I'm only gonna Mind Sear if I can. I basically think that I'll hit all 4 of them.
Interrupt.
Oh, crap.
Defensive.
Lust.
Focus.
So this is a little bit of pad. I'll be completely honest about that.
Interrupt.
Because we're not going to kill these ads, so...
Defensive.
But with that, I got 616k. So if you're trying to parse, kind of what you want to do there if you're not killing these ads, we're just waiting for them to burrow. So doing damage to them is actually important because they need to be below 75% before they burrow. So the damage isn't completely useless. I mean, 10.5k, I think that's around my best anyway. I don't know if I'll ever actually be able to beat my previous best parses, to be honest. Like, it's gonna be very hard. Warcraft logs does count damage to burrowers in phase 2. It's just the swarm scarabs that don't count. Conclave. Oh my god, it's just... Conqueror, Conqueror, Conqueror. Holy Jesus Christ. I'm probably... Am I getting 2 of those? Wow, that's insane. That's so much Conqueror. Holy crap. Well, I might be getting my 4-piece. That's wild. It's Bank. Yeah, lowest conk. Is Welcome going to try 0 burrow in the future? Probably not. We want cloaks for everybody. Well, thanks for hanging out, John. I mean, the raid's done. That's all for today. For raiding content. We're gonna do loot and stuff, and then after that we can do log reviews. I might play some Diablo. We can just kind of see where the night takes us. No real agenda though, but I did promise some log reviews, so I'll try to do at least 1 or 2 of those. What pads? These are probably going to an alt. These are an upgrade. And actually, no, you know what? Never mind. Ignore that. They are an upgrade, but I'm gonna not try to take those. All right. Well, yeah. So thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna put on just a video of mine for like 15 minutes, while we do loot. And then after loot's done, yeah, we can do log reviews, Diablo, just, you know. But yeah, so hang out if you want to. Otherwise, you know, thanks for hanging out today. But let me get like the things set up. I guess I was gonna put on the prog kill from the TOGC race. But Cord's pretty good, Whale's pretty good. We got some good loot today. Yeah, anyway, thanks for... Yeah, Rakan, I'll do log reviews after this, so if I can get to you, I'll let you know. But John just became a supporter today, so he has first dibs on log reviews. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna set this up and I'll be back in about 15 minutes. So if you guys want to hang out, feel free to. If not, thanks for hanging out today. Let's go over here. And then this is the progression kill for this raid. So enjoy. People are inside. It's up, it's up, it's up. All right, we're going. We're loading. Let's get it. Shop it. There's a feast up front, or in there. People missing buffs. Hell yeah, let's fucking go. Oh, baby. Yeah, take a look at how awesome our Weakauras are, by the way. We have one dude who's like a software engineer, and he is a god. I think DKs are coming to me where I'm standing. I'll be right outside range. Oh, I'm not even going to worry about pre-potting on this fight. It's just not worth it. I'm going to use a flame cap because that's going to buff my Shadow Fiend. Fuck, I didn't realize it had a 3-minute cooldown. That might have been wrong. Whatever. We'll see. Bounty. Oh shit, that thing's dying fast. That's awesome. Hell yeah. On melee.
Pants on the ground.
Remember, spread ranged. I think it's stunned. It's not running to me. Submerge in 10. Swap off. You always want to refresh dots before they submerge. I'm saying that to stream, not to raid. Just so you guys know. Dots still tick while they're underground. Oh, perfect. He dies underground. This guy doesn't get enraged. Oh, fuck. Maybe they fixed it. Oh. That used to be the case. All right. Let's fucking go. Oh, fuck. Why is my character sheet open? Range to spread out. Don't want to get frozen here. We don't want a lot of people frozen. I'm gonna refresh that in case I do get frozen. Birch's butt. Refresh. Oh. Procs. Fuck yeah, let's go. Take your loot. Here be blue. Investment's good. Okay. Okay. All right, we got some time. That hero was on purpose. We found if we heroed after he charged, we would kill him with hero still on. So by doing it early, we just get a little bit extra time with hero. Like we would kill him with like 10 seconds left on hero. Yeah, the FPS drops, I have no idea. Like it's been inconsistently in raids. Raid and I'll drop it down one. Wow, that's a terrible spot. Yeah, he'll get stunned mid-room if he targets like a rogue or somebody who's bopped. If he targets someone in the middle of the room, he will only charge to that spot, and then he'll get stunned there. So that happens. It actually happens in the video that I was going to upload of this guy. Drax's pull. Stay spread, people. Stay spread. Might be a second early. Oh my god, fuck. That range just...
Hold.
Bro, bouncy. Fucking get it. Look at that damage. Oh, bomb at the ground. PvP spec. I'm not gonna go ship a faith bucket. Come on, do this RP. Oh, I need VE. Let's go, motherfuckers. Where you at? Where you at? Leandra Pally. Oh. fuck, interrupted. Oh, there's so much shit on these frames. What the fuck?
Focus.
All right, we're done. Quick loot. Step. Let me pause this and then I can swap back to my screen. Here we go. All right, cool. I love how loot's getting faster. It's almost like most people have what they need at this point. Okay. So, John, you're up first for log reviews, and then we can just kind of take it one by one after that, just depending on how much time. By the way, for loot, I got a Court of Tenebrous Mist and a Regalia, so I'll be getting my 4-piece now. So, kind of cool. John, you already put your okay, you already have your name in there. I will pull up your logs in 1 second. Oh, I should have gone outside in turn. Ah, whatever. I will deal with that later. Okay, cool. All right, John, let's pull up your logs. Be gentle. Hey, I'm not gonna be nice or mean. I think is what I want to be fair, you know? Johnny's here. Did I spell that wrong? Oh, no H. I mean, your logs look good already. Do you have any fight in particular? Were you the one who said Beasts and Jiraxis? Roast me. Or were you a noob? I kind of forget. So, John, do you have a fight in particular? Or I can just pick one. A noob? All right, cool. Let's go. Let's do this one since it was your most recent. Okay. You're a noob. Got him. Nice one, Bobby. Okay. So, unfiltered damage. Yeah. So this is a problem right here. So, filtered, 600k on the dot. Unfiltered, 1.6 million. Now, I'm not saying this is your fault. It probably has to do with your raid not killing the burrowers. But that's essentially 400k damage that you're doing to these guys. Here, it's kind of small. Let me zoom in here. Might be too big. But if you can look again, filtered, 600k. Unfiltered, 1.06 million. So that's 400k damage that you're doing. That's just not counting towards your logs whatsoever. So if you saw what I kind of did, I basically let up on the ads at certain points. Like I didn't I didn't mind sear as much as I normally would. I did VT the last set because I was still like 150k away. Right, yeah, ads in phase 3 count, Bobby. But the damage cap got lowered from 900k to 600k. That pretty much just hurts Shadow Priest because we were really good with Mind Seer to be able to do damage to a noob and the burrowers. So it just kind of sucks, which means essentially all that means is that anybody who's doing the like one phase Jiraxis, or I'm sorry, not Jiraxis, the one phase a noob, like these guys up here who have 12k DPS, that's because their fight is 2 minutes long, right? So like the annoying thing is anybody who has a 2 minute long kill, they're just going to be even further ahead of Shadow Priest now because like it's just so much harder for us to catch them since we can't really pad. doesn't really help Aflocks. Dude, who mentioned Aflocks? This is a Shadow Priest only stream, sir. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like these people, that's what's really annoying. That's kind of why I don't like the cap, because it's just like these people are just going to be miles ahead of everybody else. See myself out. No, I'm just kidding, man. You can see the lone alliance Shadow Priest up here. Everybody else is Horde. There's a few of us, but anyway, like you can see like the first one, and this dude got what, 2 PIs, 3 PIs, 3 PIs, focus magic. Like it's gonna be really hard to get above 10.5k, I think. Even, and I mean, I'm pretty close to full bis. Like I'm like, and even with the gear I just got, like I just got Cord, Regalia, like I'm gonna be simming like 150 DPS less than full bis. And I'm already simming like 250 DPS less than full bis right now. So like, I don't see myself really being able to push too much higher than this. Maybe like this range, but hell no am I getting to here. At least as long as our kills are 4 minutes long. And I mean, I'm not getting any PIs or focus magics. So like, anyway, like add damage is just going to be like, that's 400k damage that you're just missing out on. Troll Horde. I mean, hey, good for you. Oh wait, I want to take a look at your gear real quick. That's something I kind of like to start with, just to see. Okay, see, I'm glad I did. So you don't want to be using a nightmare tier for anything. So anytime you have a blue socket, you want it to be this Purified Dreadstone. So 12 spell power, 10 spirit. We don't gain anything from our stats. I mean, we gain a little bit from spirit, but like, can't pull the logs. What do you mean the logs are up on screen? Oh, are they? I'm trying to. Can you not see? I think other than that, though, your gems. Oh, interesting. Okay, so another thing for you. You have 4-piece, but you don't have any. You have 1 258-piece, your chest. What you should be doing, and your off-piece isn't that good. Okay, so we do want to change your gear up a little bit. And the nice thing is this is a DPS increase just across the board, just by improving your gear. So you don't want to have 4-piece yet. 15 spirit or 10 stats doesn't really matter. That's pretty minimal. I like 10 stats just because I like the extra stamina. No, it's fine if you don't have Sparrow's gloves, but let me talk about this for a second. What you want to do is you don't want to have your 4-piece. 4-piece when you have only 1 piece of 258 is worse than going 2 pieces of tier 8 and 2 pieces of tier 9. So essentially what you would want to do in this set, you're at 293 hit. You'd want to probably get rid of the shoulders. Yeah, get rid of the tier 9 shoulders and replace these with tier 8. And then maybe even just keep these as your off piece, which this would technically be like your 3rd piece of tier 9. But it's like in your slot where you would probably have Pharaoh's gloves or the hit haste gloves. But I think considering you need the hit because you're 293, this is probably still a fine piece to leave. But if you could get either, if you could get the 245 hit haste gloves from 10-man heroic, that would be a better alternative. Okay, yeah, head and shoulders to tier 8, absolutely. I think that'll boost your DPS by a decent amount. Hold on one second. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I mean, the nice thing about gear is that it affects all fights and it's just free DPS because you're now just doing more damage with all of your spells and everything. So that's what I would say there. Let's take, so I mean, it's hard to evaluate your logs because I don't know. 400k damage is a lot to the burrowers. So what would you have been doing instead that would have been pushing your parse up? I don't really know. But like mine's here, you can see, so 179k counted, but you had 405k. So it's hard for me to say how much damage you would have gained if that was like just Mind Flay into a noob, but that's just one thing to really consider. Let's take a look at the burrowers themselves. So you're doing VT into Mindseer, which makes sense. I think So this was something that I talked about yesterday, actually. So you see how here your Mindseer on just the burrowers goes up to 11K. Here it goes up to 10K. Let's look at a noob. Oh wait, it's this one. Are you hitting him with Mindseer? Oh, okay. So this is another thing. You're not hitting a noob with Mindseer, and you should be. So right now, it looks like you're planning on hitting 4 of the ads with Mindseer, which you're doing successfully here. But here you're probably only hitting 1 ad. That's why your Mindseer is doing less than 2K DPS. And here you're probably hitting 2, which is why it's around 3K. So on these you're hitting 4. What that means is, we just use like this fountain, if we pretend this is a noob right here, so we have 2 ads here, 2 ads here. If you steer off a noob, you will hit all 4 ads, but that's going to put you towards the cap a lot faster than if you pick an ad that's like the closest to the center of a noob and then steer off of him so that you hit the ad here, you hit the 2 other ads here, and you hit a noob. Because then with Mindseer, you're hitting 3 ads and a noob, instead of if you steer off of a noob, you'll hit all 4 ads. So that's also something you want to be doing, because then more of your damage is going to be counting because your Mindseer hits a noob, and you approach that this cap slower. Does that make sense? Yeah, see, that's the other thing. If your ad place, like, that's really dependent upon your tanks. So then the other thing that I would say is, if your ad placement does suck, which it seems like it did on these first 2 waves, don't Mindseer. Just don't. Throw up your VTs. If when your VTs expire, the ads still have 50% HP or more, then toss up another VT, but keep single targeting a noob. So that's what I would have done here, is I just probably would not have seared at all. Because, so let's take a look at this. Your seer does 3.6k DPS, 1.9k. So let's call it 3.6k and 2k. If we go to a noob, your Mind Flay does more than that. So your Mind Flay is doing like 5k at some point, 4k, 3.5. So like your Mind Flay is doing more to a noob than your Mindseer was here to these ads. So just replacing your Mindseer with Flay is actually more DPS, let alone the fact that you were doing too much damage to the ads anyway. So that's just something to consider about your damage profile. Also, if you did you get the Weakaura that showed ad damage from Fojji? So this bar, the ad damage tracker. So it does cap at 900k in this Weakaura, but obviously the new cap is 600k. So just make sure if you're paying attention to that you're recognizing that it's 600k. So I think just by searing less, focusing on a noob more, that'll make your parse so much higher. If we go back, like your parse is a 69, nice. But I think that'll easily push it to like an 85 plus, if not higher. I don't know. I honestly have no idea how much damage you're losing right now, since it's not being counted on logs. It's really hard to say. I think I'd want to see your logs again after you focus on reducing your damage to the burrowers and putting more single target into a noob before I could really give you any more information here. Just because I think that it's hard to say since you're already missing so much damage. Cool. That makes sense. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, this cap just makes everything so annoying to deal with on this fight. It really hurts a class like Shadow, unfortunately. Yeah, we finally got it. My parse was higher last week though, so yeah, unfortunate. They're saying in Discord we finally got a no Dark Vortex on Twins because I have to him there, but my parse was still higher last week. Yeah, no problem, John. Any other fight you want to look at? Or are you feeling good about those? Yeah, gear changes and focus more on a noob. 100%. The nice thing about gear is just free DPS. All right, Jiraxis. Let's take a look. Oh, you have 250 item level? Or wait, yeah. Damn. Barry, there's a little bit of a line right now, so I'm not sure I'll be able to get to today, but I can totally on my next stream. All right, Jiraxis. So this is going to be a tale of two stories, essentially. We're going to be looking at Jiraxis himself, and then the Mistresses of Pain. Okay. And the Nether Portal. Okay, so this is going to come down to a lot of small decisions that are going to impact your DPS. Because the thing with adds that spawn in a fight is essentially how long do they live for? So my point is that you spend a global cooldown putting up Shadow Word Pain. This gives you the 2 ticks of damage, so 3.7k, and then an extra 20% damage to your Mind Flay. So 20% is about 2,400 DPS here, roughly. Or I'm sorry, 2,400 damage, rather. So this Shadow Word Pain accounted for about 6k damage. That's not bad. That's like the minimum amount that you'd want to get. But this Nether Portal dies so fast that I would probably not Shadow Word Pain this. I would probably just Vampiric Touch into Mind Flay. The Mistress of Pain, I would definitely not cast Devouring Plague on her. So this is where I would cast Shadow Word Pain. So I'd cast Vampiric Touch and Shadow Word Pain. I would not cast Mind Blast. I would not cast Devouring Plague. What you want to do with the Mistress is you put up your 2 dots. You refresh with Mind Flay. So it seems like you were kind of chunking her with Mind Flay a bit. So you have 4 casts, like four fully channeled Mind Flays. So and you can see like your damage on Jiraxis falls off for this entire period. So I'm going to pull up my logs real quick. You can take a look at this. Might not be the best one. Okay, this has a pretty steep drop off too. Let me go to my better logs. So you can see my drop off only lasts for about 10 seconds here. And then I'm back up to like 10k damage on Jiraxis, and my dots are ticking on the Mistresses. So you can see I have Vampiric Touch and Shadow Word Pain, and then this Mind Flay is just to refresh Shadow Word Pain before she dies. So that's it. I just want my dots ticking on her, and during this time, I basically want to be attacking Jiraxis when my dots are ticking. So it seems like you spend maybe about 20 seconds not attacking Jiraxis, or like your dots are just doing damage to him. But I think the thing here is really making sure your dots are getting value on the Mistresses. So that's one. Let's go to the volcano. Okay, similar thing here, but you actually got 3 ticks of damage on Shadow Word Pain. So Shadow Word Pain was probably worth it here. I don't know. Shadow Word Pain's just kind of weird with how slow it deals damage on the Nether Portal and the volcano, just because those die so fast. So I think what you did here was fine. Go to the Infernals. Okay, so you went for a Mind Seer. For 4 hits, probably not worth it. Okay, so you did this right. You casted Vampiric Touch. I assume that you had 3 Infernals. So what I would have done here is just cast Vampiric Touch onto each Infernal. Not Mind Seer, not Mind Flay. Just let the dots kill them. You YOLO'd it. Mind Seer is actually, it can be good if you have a lot of Infernals. It kind of depends. And a lot of it depends on like where they are in the room. That's something like I can't say it was necessarily a bad decision. I mean, your Mind Seer didn't do that. It did 2k DPS. your Mind Flay did less, but I don't think you should have Mind Flayed here either. Like, I think you put Vampiric Touch on the 3 adds, and then you go back to Jiraxxus. So you can see there's a little dip here in Jiraxxus as well. I would just, you know, dot the adds. You kill the volcano, you dot the adds, and you go back to Jiraxxus. I think that's the important thing here. So I think you're spending a little bit too much time casting spells onto the adds that you shouldn't be, because they're not going to have all the debuffs. They're going to be taking less damage. They're going to die sooner, which means your dots don't get full value. But you want to make sure that, like, you know, the Mistress of Pain, you're getting Shadow Word Pain value there. Yeah, so on here, all you want to see is Vampiric Touch, Shadow Word Pain, and then a single Mind Flay when you're refreshing Shadow Word Pain. That's it. And like your Jiraxxus damage itself isn't that much lower than mine. Like you're around 10k essentially. Kind of you go above at some points, kind of go below. And like I'm also around 10k. So like your Jiraxxus damage itself is fine. Hold on one second. But yeah, so I think really for you it's just maximizing your damage on adds. That's the important thing here. Does that all make sense? Any other questions on that? Go here. Okay, cool. All right, Rakan, are you still here? I can take a look at your logs now too. Yeah, no problem, John. Happy to help. Good luck parsing next week. The thing is, this raid, so much of it has to do with like how ads are positioned, how long they live for. There's a lot of things dependent on your raid that's going to influence the decisions you make. So that's why logs are kind of hard. They don't tell the whole story. All right, Rakan. Oh, there you are. Hard to get an accurate picture. Hey, Rakan, I can check out your logs now if you still want me to. Oh, yeah, I would totally. If you guys ever, like, if we're doing this, if you have VODs of your gameplay, I would totally prefer to look at that. Because it comes down to the decisions you're making. Like, you might be making, like, you might be making the right decision based on your raid, whereas I'm trying to look at based like logs. I'm using my raid's knowledge on how the fight plays out. All right, Rakan, what's your character? If I do more after Rakan, it would be Barry, then you hit. I don't know if I'll do more after Rakan. I might go hop into D4 with some guildies, but I don't think they've started playing yet. That'll kind of be what dictates how long I do logs for. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, Rakan, I'm not gonna like make fun of you or anything. Sauce X, I like it. I dig the sauce. Okay, yeah, no worries. I mean, you've done the raid once, right? And like your gear is, as you said, I mean, you're definitely a more casual player. I'm gonna do North Run Beasts. Got it. Okay, so this is from 4 days ago, so this should be a good log to use. I think first of all, I want to look at your gear, especially since you are casual. Before we even talk, because I think Okay, so you have the same problem. You don't want to use a nightmare tier ever, and you don't want to use intricate Eye of Zul. So anytime you're using a blue gem, you want it to be, or anytime, yeah, you're using a blue gem ever, you want it to be a purified dreadstone. The 12 spell power and 10 spirit's going to be better than haste and spirit, and nightmare tier barely gives us any damage at all. So you want to make sure you're not using, that was what the sim recommended. You might want to check out your, yeah, Lucas, I probably am. I'd say, Lucas, I'm probably doing log reviews for like another 45 minutes to an hour. I don't know how long they'll take. But I have Rakan. I have 2 people in line after Rakan who I'm working on now. Okay, so that's one thing. Gems. Okay, but you said you changed them. That's good. Hit rating 302. You have Zabras, so you're Horde. 302 is fine. You're like a little bit over hit cap. I would say if you have a yellow hit gem to change it, but I don't think you do. Okay, so let's look at your actual gear. Do you heal at all? Because you definitely don't want to be using anything with MP5 on it. So if you're like, if you don't main a healer, gear's outdated. Do you have, I don't know if you can send it to me over Discord. So if you have a sim, or if you have like, if you have the add-on WoW Sims exporter, you could do a generate data and then send me this. Send it to me over Discord. So my Discord name is pants.face. But you can send me this link, or you can send me your actual like sim link, whatever works. Let me pull Discord over here. What is this playlist? Yeah, no worries. Wait, where'd that just go? Yeah, I think other than that though, like if this isn't your actual gear, even if this was your actual gear, I think everything else looks pretty much fine. Like you can get better options, obviously, but that's gonna, you got to work for them. Oh, you finally got a flare, Lucas? That's awesome. Congrats, man. How, what did you replace? Flare's huge. It's so good. Okay, cool. All right, imports, add-on. Save this as your set. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's save this as a reference. All right, so changes. Gems. So purified. Consulus. So in these single blue slots, oh, actually, wait. So you don't want to be using a red or a blue gem here. You want to use a red. In the single blue slots where they have like 5 spell power, you just want to be putting in a red gem because it's not really worth it to go for the socket bonus. If blues are significantly cheaper for you and money's a problem, then you can just go with the blue. It's like not like a very few amount of DPS that you'd be losing. So like you can see these gems give you an extra 11 DPS. So not huge. This ring, so Starshine Signet. There's a lot that you can replace this with. I think it just kind of depends what content you're doing. You already have a Nebula Band. Like, I think even this from, which would be pretty easy to get from Onyxia 25 would be an upgrade. Oh, you have Soft Lament. Okay, that's a good one. Cool. So here, same thing, use a red gem. Yeah, Soft Lament's definitely an upgrade. You'll see here. Not huge, but so gems and this gives you about 30 DPS. Okay, so I'd say for these, for this gem here, you should probably go for the Reckless. 10, 3, 3, 6. Yeah, go for the Reckless in your boots. Go for the Reckless in your neck. 3, 6, 1. Okay. Oh, and then we can get rid of the hit gem in your wand and change that to a Reckless. Okay. So overall, oh, and then change this to a Reckless. Yeah, so in the yellows, you want to have a Reckless, not a red. Okay, so this puts you about 87 DPS above. Here, I'm going to send this back to you just as a link. So if you want to take a look at that and the changes I made. Okay, cool. Oh, you tried doing the inner focus on Mind Blast? Yeah, I don't know if I would do that personally. Okay, let's go to your actual logs. Since you are more casual, I think, and like your gear is pretty rough compared to what I'm used to seeing. I think using this analyzer is going to be really helpful here. We'll do Northrend Beasts. Wow. Your Mind Flay delay is actually really good. Cool. That's awesome. Good for you. That's usually what people struggle with the most. Let's look at dot uptime. So your average dot downtime is 5 seconds. That's really bad. Devouring Plague. Average time is 2 seconds. Not as bad. This fight also might just be a little bit weird. Hold on. Let me take a look at my logs real quick. Just to make sure that I'm comparing. You're consistent 99 parser without flare and feel like at this point, hard pass next one and demand phylactery. I mean, flare is still better than rain. So, I mean, hey, that's your call. I mean, phylactery is insane. It's like an 800 DPS upgrade for us. What am I looking for? This is, wait, the sauce. Hold on, sorry. I'm pull up my logs. I want to see if my VT. Okay, so my downtime is 4.3. I think that's just a weird thing with dotting the ads. Like, there's no way I had 5 seconds of downtime on Gormok. Okay, I take that back. I think your VT downtime's probably fine, honestly. So I don't know if this was a fat finger. You totally don't want to be recasting Shadow Word Pain. Yeah, it's got to be. Like the downtime, even though I selected Gormok himself, like I have that too on mine, and there's no way that I let Vampire touch stay off Gormok for 5 seconds. I just know that I didn't do that. It's weird. Okay, so I think actually like your rotation, everything looks kind of good. I think for you, it's like gear might be your biggest barrier. Gear and long kill times. So 647 is a super long kill time, and your lust here, you didn't get a ton of value out of. Like your DPS here is pretty much the same that you were here. So I want to kind of take a look at this period right here. So Acid Maul, you're putting all your single target into. Looks like Dread Scale, you're maintaining your dots on. Okay, so this is an issue. So Acid Maul, you're doing damage starting at 208. You have a Mind Blast go into him. You don't have dots ticking on Dread Scale until 240. So that's 30 seconds of multi-dotting, like missed opportunity. So you should have been maintaining your dots on both of them. So that's just like Northrend Beast as a whole, the fight is just multi-dotting. So you do want to make sure, so like you first started attacking Acid Maul here at like 208, you want to make sure you're doing the same thing with Dread Scale. Like the first thing I do is put all my dots up on both Drummongers before I start doing like Mind Flay or Mind Blast into one of them. So I think that's why, if we kind of scroll back here, you're lusted, like you're not really getting an increase in your DPS here versus what we saw here with your lust. And then, I mean, it looks like you guys got 2 burrows, which is kind of insane. Like, I don't know if your DPS was super, I mean, your DPS was probably super low. Yeah. Pretty low damage. Your raid's also pretty undergeared. At least relative to like mine, or I think most raids. So a few things working against you: long kill times, undergeared raid. This looks good though. Where do you use Shadow Fiend? Oh, so this is a problem. You had a 6-minute fight and you used Shadow Fiend once. Oh, you're pugging. Okay. So Shadow Fiend has a 3-minute cooldown. I mean, that says 5 minutes, but obviously when talented, it's 3, which means you should use it on pull here. Like what I recommend for Shadow Fiend, your kill is super long, but typically what you want to do is use it on pull. Don't use it in this middle period at all on the Drummongers. Save it for how you used here. Like what you did here is perfect, but you should have used it earlier in the fight. I think most kills are generally under 6 minutes. Maybe not in Pug Life. No, I wouldn't hold it for Bloodlust. I think using it on pull, so like your typical Shadow Fiend will do around 30k damage. If you get Bloodlust on it, it'll get around 10 to 15k more damage. So it'll go over to like 40, 45k. Your Shadow Fiend only got 11 hits, so I'm not sure if it died early or something. If you look at like damage taken. Wait. Shadow Fiend. Oh yeah, so it died to an Arctic Breath and a Whirl. So your Shadow Fiend probably would have gotten like 15 or 16 hits off if it didn't die. So it would have done like 60k damage. So it's much better to get extra uses of it than try to get, like you get an extra 15k damage from Lust, but you'll get an extra 30k if you use it here. And you'll get 30k on top of your original 30k because of the 100% damage buff here. Sorry, Freddy, I don't think I'm gonna have time for you today. Have a bit of a wait list right now. But if you guys do want your logs like higher in the queue, you can become a supporter. I will totally do them for free anyway, but it's just a perk to being a supporter. So just throwing that out there. But yeah, so like maximizing Shadow Fiend damage is really important here. No worries, Freddy. Come back next week as well. And I mean, anytime I'm streaming, I'll probably be doing some log reviews. Yeah, no worries, Rakan. Yeah, I'd love to see your logs, you know, updated gear. Hopefully a faster kill time. I mean, if you're pugging, that's going to be hard. I mean, you guys cleared. Oh, okay, you didn't clear a noob on Heroic. Did you do that on normal? Got it. Oh, okay. So your logs are mainly normal logs. I see. So the thing is, normal and heroic are a little bit weird this tier. Because if you're doing normal, you're not being compared to anybody who's doing heroic. But like, I can tell you I've never done a normal raid this tier at all. Oh, what's up, Lucas? Welcome to being a pants supporter. Yeah, so I think
would like to extend to you an invitation.
yeah, welcome to the pants party,
party.
Lucas.
The pants.
Pants. Yeah, if people aren't logging your kills, I would totally recommend doing it. It's pretty easy to set up. I set it up just as like a backup because we always have somebody logging, but like I've never actually uploaded my logs. But they're within CurseForge, you can get a Warcraft logs app, and it's like, hold on, I'm opening CurseForge, and then like, oh, I haven't updated my add-ons in a while. I guess it's not popping up. Anyway, like the app will like pop up in game, but I might need to update mine or something. Anyway. Cool, yeah, I'd highly recommend logging your own runs. All right, cool. But yeah, I think for you, it's just getting better at multi-dotting really is important. Maximizing the use of your Shadow Fiend and getting better gear, getting hopefully better raids too. But I mean, considering that Pug got 4 bosses on heroic, it's not bad. All right, cool. All right, Lucas, you have jumped the queue. Do you want a log review? Hey, what's up, Hunter? How's it going, man? If Lucas does not want a log review, then who's up next? Let me see. It would be Barry, if you're still around. Okay, so Lucas is up next. Just tell me your character's name. Sorry, Barry. You'll be after Lucas. Oh, nice. You're doing TOGC. Hell yeah. Absolutely record it. I'd be really excited to watch your gameplay. All right, nut it. Did I spell that wrong? Nutter. Got it. Okay, your log term, not bad. Do you have a fight in particular that you want to look at? Yeah, Rakan, I mean, the greens are a bummer, but a lot of that, if you have a faster, if you get more gear, if your raid's better, those are probably automatically blues. Like, you have some pretty slow kill times, and that's going to work against you as Shadow. It just does. We don't have any execute damage. Basically, our damage is just constantly going down the longer the fight is. All right, Lucas, do you have a fight in particular? Or do you not care? Yeah, why don't we have a Drain Salt? I know, man, I know. We get Shadow or Death actually doesn't suck in Kata, so we get a small execute. All right, last week's Northern Beast and a noob. Okay. So not yesterday's. You want to look at last week's, or do you mean like yesterday's? This week's. Okay, cool. Gotcha. All right, so again, I'm going to start with your gear. Just see if there's any quick fixes we can do here. 262 hit, so you're perfect as Alliance. Very nice. Yeah, 2-piece over 4-piece tier 9 if no heroic pieces. Yes, 100%. Oh, your gear looks great. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any changes here. Yeah, you're geared like perfectly. Cool, you have Pharaohs, you have 2-piece. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, your gear looks great. Okay, cool. So your Shadow Fiends look good. Like a lot of people have been having problems with Shadow Fiend. Let's look at Gormok, and then Snowballs. Vampiric Touch, Shadow Word Pain. Okay, like this looks perfect. How many heroic pieces do you need to surpass two-piece? You need at least 3. So with my gear, I actually just got, I just got my 3rd Regalia. So this is gonna, so I have 258 chest and pants right now. By swapping into 4-piece now, tier 9, and making one of these, 258, it essentially breaks even with my current set. I don't really gain damage. I might gain like 10 or 15 DPS because I'm swapping some hit gems. I think I have a hit gem here. I have another hit gem somewhere else. I don't know. But essentially I'm swapping hit gems, which allows me to get more damage. But it's like pretty minimal. Oh wait, that's not. Sorry, I just lost my logs. There we go. Okay, cool. So actually, so your dots look really good here. And then obviously you go into single target. The snowballed once Gormok dies. So he dies at like 127. Look at the snowballs. It seems like you start single targeting the snowballs a little bit early. So that's something I would just wait till Gormok dies before you really go hard on the snowballs. Yeah, no worries, Lucas. I understand. And yeah, the tier head is very lackluster. That's why that'll probably be my last 2-piece that I make 258. I'll probably go shoulders first. I think just wait a little bit longer on your single target here. So, you know, maintaining your dots is great. Just make sure Gormok is fully dead before you actually go into single targeting the snowballs. So that's one. Let's look at Acid Maul and Dreadscale. So Acid Maul, you're killing first. You're going full single target. Did you say it's only worth VTing the ads? Yeah, so on Jiraxis, the Infernals, you just want to put a single VT on. On Mistress, you want to do VT and Shadow Word Pain, and then refresh the Shadow Word Pain with Mind Flay. But yeah, just let your dots tick and attack Jiraxis in the meantime. And then Dreadscale. Okay, so you're maintaining your dots. This looks good. Did you... It's kind of hard for me to see. Did you get your Devouring Plague on him before he burrowed? It looks like you did. I can't really tell. Maybe not. I would just say on the burrow, assuming Acid Maul is dead here, right? Yeah, so Acid Maul was dead. Just make sure you have full dots on Dreadscale before he burrows, because that's just like free damage you can get. Okay, it seems like it takes you guys a while to kill Dreadscale. Blast. Okay, let's go to Ice Hal. Alright, you Shadow Fiend. He probably died early. He only got 11 hits off. Okay, let's go to... Cause everything looks pretty good. So let's go into the analyzer. Because everything that I'm finding is like pretty minimal. Yeah, so the average downtime here is kind of wrong. I don't know. I think it just has to do with the weird snowballs and multi-dotting this fight. There's something weird about it. Overall, your Mind Flay is not bad. 170, and only 2 missed clips, so not too bad. A lot of clip dots, but that seems to be entirely because of Devouring Plague. So I'm assuming you're just refreshing your Devouring Plague. All right, I want to do like a side by side with my logs and yours. Everything actually looks pretty good. So where are you losing damage versus me? Okay, so we're both around 10k here. So it seems like you're losing a decent amount of damage. Oh. I guess your snowballs just died really fast. Because like if we look at, oh, wrong button. Oh my God. If we look at my snowballs, ours always lasts a lot longer. Like ours lasts for almost the entire time. Like yours dies super fast. Ours lasts forever. So that's like a lot of free damage I get from multi-dotting. I think I might have gotten interrupted here though. But you can see ours are still up when we swap to the Drumungers. So when we swap to Dreadscale, I'm like attacking all of them. But your snowballs unfortunately don't last that long. That's just more of a raid comp thing. Like, I mean, that's good that your raid's killing them. I think so. Here is interesting. You're not quite peaking as high when you're doing your single target and multi-dotting with Lust. So there's something in here that's, let's look at, so this is my Acid Maw and this would be your Dreadscale. So like our off target. So Vampiric Touch, Pain. So one major difference is right here. I'm swapping to make sure before he burrows that I get my dots up. I'm also doing some single target because we kill Dreadscale pretty quick. But making sure you get up dots and everything, and like refresh like any durations, like whether it's Shadow Word Pain, Vampiric Touch, before he goes under is really important. And then it just seems like your DPS, even after the fact, is just a little bit lower than mine. Let's see if we can figure out why. What's the chance I can cut 10 cardinals for you? Give me a second. So let's see. I mean, I'm just critting a ton more than you, that's for sure. I think you're also longer duration. So like your raid doesn't have as much DPS. Yeah, I'm on Benny. Yeah, if you have a Twitch VOD, I'd be interested in seeing that. Because I think, you know, what I'm seeing is that it's really small things that I'm noticing, but nothing seems like a glaring issue. And it might be a kill time issue. Like it might just be your kills are just a little bit longer. Like I just exited my logs, now I want to go back. How long are our kills? 417. So our beast kills are over a minute faster than yours. So that's definitely going to be going against you. Yeah, Lucas, what's your Twitch? I'll check that out. Free plug for Lucas. Yeah, for sure. But like anybody who wants a log review, I would totally recommend recording your gameplay. One, it's good for you to see. It'll make you get better. Because it's a lot easier to notice things when you rewatch it as opposed to trying to figure it out in the moment. And then two, it helps me. Helps me look at your VOD. No, it's not a big deal, Lucas. Don't worry about it. Hey, you recorded your gameplay. I'm happy to have people see your Twitch. Lucas, what's your Twitch name? I'll pull up your VOD. Nut it? Or is it nutter? Or is it actually nut it? Nutter, gotcha. I play support because I hate myself, is that you? I'm assuming this is you? Okay, Shadow Priest 25-man TOGC.
I told him flares and
Let's mute it. All right, cool. Let's take a look at beasts. All right, I'll probably be doing a lot of pausing. Oh man, those are giant. Okay. Okay. All right, good. You dialed up the snowballs. Cool. Bro, your icons are massive. By the way, it's really funny. All right, refresh Vampiric Touch. Good. You're single targeting Gormok. Good. Oh, that snowball just died. Okay. So you're a little late to get your dots up on that snowball, but not a huge deal. Yeah, your guild just demolishes the snowballs, which is good for whoever gets them. I wish we did that. I would have targeted that snowballed. So just a few seconds earlier. All right, cool. Single target. So maybe you didn't single target. It seemed like you did on the log, but yeah, you don't even want to refresh Vampiric Touch on that one because it dies so fast. I would have put a Devouring Plague on this one as you're running. So that's what you should have done. You missed a lot of damage there by not doing that. You put your dots up. Cool. This is a good spot. You're not really near anybody. So you want to refresh Vampiric Touch. So you were slow to refresh Vampiric Touch. I'd just be a little bit more proactive on refreshing dots. So refresh Vampiric Touch. Vampiric Touch. Another one. Yeah, it seems like so on your second targets, when you're multi-dotting, you're just a little bit slow to put a Vampiric Touch when it falls off. So I'd just be a little bit better at monitoring that. And then, okay, so right there, you want something of a burrow timer or something, or maybe you had one. You want something to tell you when it's going to burrow, because you want to be refreshing dots. Like you should swap off this target and go to the other Jermonger and to make sure you're reapplying dots, because you're not getting any ticking damage right now. So that's like 10 seconds of just not having uptime on the boss. But you could have 3 dots ticking on him. So that's one. I think that's like a pretty big thing. Refresh your dots. Okay, good. 2-tick Mind Flay. That was perfect. Okay, so you had to oh yeah, submerge right there. Literally the biggest thing, second biggest thing on the screen. How did I not see it? Yeah, so I would just make sure you're paying attention to that. Like, you're playing it mostly correct. Getting that there sucked. The fact that you didn't kill him before the second burrow is really bad. This is just a low DPS raid problem. Like, this is gonna hurt your DPS a ton. We've never gotten a second submerge in our kills. So that's gonna be a major hit to your DPS right there. And that's not your fault. Yeah, I'd say you are moving a little bit, a lot. I haven't really been paying attention to whether that's been during casts or not. I think you're pretty spread here. You're in like a good spot. It might be better if you're against the wall. Because the thing is, with Frost Breath is it's a pretty wide range. So if you target these guys over here, you're probably likely to get hit. If you target these guys over here, you're likely to get hit. So the safest place is pretty much like right up against a wall. So I'd probably try to move there. So I guess you didn't. So, okay. So it's good that you weren't over there. But I mean, really just spread out as much as you can. You refresh your dots. All right, they all have good timers going into this. You're about to rocket boots. Good. I wouldn't have stopped there. I would have just gone to where he's going to run to. You put up Devouring Plague. You cast your Shadow Fiend. Yeah, I think that was just a little bit slow. So just going back, how you kind of like go here and then there, I would just kind of like try to meet him in the middle. So try to go to like where these totems are. So I would have gone to these totems, cast it on him, because then you don't need to move again. You can catch him as he's running from back here and then against the wall. Yeah, you clipped your DP, right? You cast a DP right there perfectly. You do your Shadow Fiend. You put a Vampiric Touch. Good. And then if you have Inner Focus up, you want to use it on your Mind Flay, but you don't have it up. Yeah, and then this is just maximizing your single target damage. You recasted Devouring Plague. That was good. Good Vampiric Touch. Yeah, I think the thing that's hurting you the most might actually just be long kill times. Because like you're going to get another crash here, which sucks too. I mean, I guess it's not that bad because you do get 100% damage. Okay, here you get frozen. So yeah, longer kill times means you're going to have more downtime. If you have 2 burrows, if you get frozen, if you get stunned here again for a second time. So now he's coming pretty close to you. So your first cast should always be a recasted Devouring Plague as soon as he hits the wall. And then you kill him. Yeah, so I think the big things for you are 1, multi-dotting. No, you don't clip VT when he gets hit. I mean, you just want to refresh it. Yeah, so I think the thing here is multi-dotting, refreshing VT, and then trying to have... The thing is, you have slow kill times, but like a lot of damage is going into the adds. I would try to... I mean, there's nothing you can really do about the damage into the adds. But like if you can avoid a second burrow here, that's huge. No, so the only dot you refresh when he runs into the wall is Devouring Plague. That's because it's coded differently than other dots in the game. So it does snapshot % damage buffs or debuffs on the target. So it's not going to get that damage buff, the 100% damage buff, until you recast it. But it also means it will remain on that Devouring Plague even when Ice Howl loses the buff or loses the debuff. Did I calculate how much DPS it is to get Frost Breath? No, but it's a good 5 seconds of not DPSing. So, I mean, you're doing like 9, 10k DPS. All right, cool, Hunter. Probably not tonight, but yeah, human racial is OP. I mean, but troll racial is always OP. Well, Lucas, so I think you could be a little bit more proactive on your dots. So I know what you're saying. I think, you know, make sure you're doing a 2-tick Mind Flay to reapply dots. Like here. Okay, there you did do it. I think it's just being more proactive to get your dots up. I understand what you're saying. I think it's just kind of finding the timing. And I don't have a great answer for you there because it's something you just kind of figure out as you go through. Yeah, let's watch a noob. Cool. Totally. Oh, that's way too far. Way too far. Sorry, I didn't realize how short the, or like, but this was so much. Here we go. All right. Okay, so hold on. You're spending a lot of time here running without even DPSing the boss, right? You're just running in. So no. What you want to do is, okay, we're gonna, so you should be casting already. Hold on, let me pull up my log or my VOD real quick. Oh, I got disconnected. Whatever. YouTube. I don't know. Can I watch live? This was yesterday. I'd probably turn that off. This is my mage. Oh wait, I had two. Hold on. I want to show you what I'm doing on the poll because I think it's really important. Well, I never click its nameplate. I'm always tab targeting. So I think getting comfortable with tab targeting is really important. Okay, hold on. So pull timer right here. I'm going to cast VT into Devouring Plague. I'll move during Devouring Plague and I'll move during Vampiric Touch. Or I'm sorry, Shadow Word Pain. So Devouring Plague went up, Mind Blast, Mind Flay. Shadow Word Pain, I move up a little bit more. So it's called stutter stepping, essentially, when you have an instant cast and you're moving during that cast. So obviously when you cast Devouring Plague, it's automatically applied to your target. And then you have a global cooldown before you can cast again. During that global cooldown, you should be moving. Am I the only one thing's doing good on Algalon? Still gives me a better feeling than the other bosses. You know, Algalon's, it's a very rewarding fight when you do it well. But here, I'm going to rewind this just so you can see it again. Because it's really important that you're only running when you're not losing DPS. Because that's just... so Vampiric Touch, moving during Devouring Plague. I'm getting my 5 stacks for Shadow Word Pain, and then I'm running in again there. And now I'm already at the boss's butt. So, okay. I just wanted to show that, because I think it's really important to not lose damage just because you're running. Okay, so... where are your dots at? Okay. Other thing. Number 1. Cast your dot. You shouldn't be casting anything else outside of your dots. Like, are you... it seems like you're not even... you cast a Mind Blast first. So make sure you're putting up your dots first. Okay, so you're clicking all the burrowers. I can see why that's hard. So I'd recommend getting used to tab targeting. So here, I'm going to go back to mine for a second. So if you look at what I'm doing, so I'm facing my camera. I'm basically making it so that the burrower is the center of my screen the best that I can. Because when you tab, the way tab works is it's going to be the closest enemy that's also the closest to the center of your screen. So basically, I'm going to right click as I'm channeling a Mind Flay onto him and try to get this guy in the center of my screen, and then this guy, and then the one back here, and then the other one. So look, so center of my screen here, VT, center of my screen here, VT, center of my screen, and then back to a noob. So I'm not clicking on anything. Yeah, if you click all the time, I click sometimes. If there's like a lot of nameplates and like you don't really want to be cycling through your tabs, sometimes it's better to click. But I would recommend definitely getting used to clicking, or I'm sorry, getting used to hitting tab. All right. So they're all in. Hold on, let's rewind for a second. Okay, so we're clicking on the burrowers. You refresh on a noob, which is good in between. That's really good. I would try to make sure you get Devouring Plague up next. So you're casting Mind Sear. I would put up your dots onto a noob. And then, hold on. So you're targeting a noob and Mind Searing. Okay. So I think it seems like you cast a Mind Sear off of a noob and then a Mind Sear off of the Burrower. Oh, that's a good point. Setting a noob as your focus. I never even thought about that. But that makes it an easy, so you don't need to find his nameplate if you have your focus frame like off to the side here. Okay, so right here, hold on, let's go back for a second. You're Mind Searing off of a noob. So I would never Mind Sear off of a noob. It seems like you have pretty good ad placement. Oh wait, maybe you didn't. Okay, sorry, ignore that. You Mind Seared off of the Burrowers. You targeted a noob to reapply your dots. Okay, cool. So your like Mind Sear gameplay in there looked pretty good. You were switching between the ads to get your dots back onto a noob. That actually looked pretty good. Oh, hold on, sorry, I gotta sneeze. All right, maybe not. Yeah, you don't put Shadow Word Pain onto the Burrowers. Only Vampiric Touch. Because Vampiric Touch is really good damage per cast, but it's also, you're doing damage to them while they're running in and they're not in the boss. Once they're in the boss, it's going to be a lot more DPS to be Mind Searing than applying Shadow Word Pain. So you just put up 1 VT as they're running in, as they're like not in the boss, and then once they're in the boss, do a Mind Sear or 2 off one of the ads, and then just single target a noob. All right, let's look at the second set of ads. Again, clicking. Your dots fall off on a noob there, so that was really good to put them back on. Vampiric Touch. Oh, you guys pulled out the boss really fast. I mean, that's fine. I think I would probably still be doing some single target to a noob here. It seems like you're running over to do it. I think it's, you guys pull out the boss pretty early, pretty soon after these ads come in. Probably could wait another few seconds. Not a huge deal. I think the only thing I would say here is try to work on your damage while running. So like you're running right here. I think if you're moving, just make sure you're casting Shadow or Death or Devouring Plague on something. It doesn't matter what you're hitting, just hit something with those spells, because you're just losing damage while running, and you should try to do as much damage as you can while moving. All right, we can just skip phase 2. Okay. He emerges. So again, the clicking, but you know, we've talked about that obviously. So your Mind Searing, again, I would just be refreshing dots onto a noob. And then you kind of had this weird period where you weren't casting anything. You clicked Fade. Yeah, I think that was just a little bit messy there. So I have to imagine on this kill, you did way more than the 600k cap. Because you have VT on all of them, you're doing a lot of Mind Searing. Here you're just Mind Flaying, which is good. You're just single targeting them. Yeah, I think you just have a lot of damage that's not being counted on this fight for sure, for your logs. Yeah, and then, okay, single target from here. Yeah, I think you can definitely clean up your ads. So work on tab targeting. I would, Rakan, did you get the Weakaura that I linked that showed how much damage you did to the burrowers from Fojji? Go back into game. Okay, you got that? Good. I was just gonna get it. So if you have that, then... Oh wait, this is my stream. I'm like, what? Sorry, that got confusing. Do I know what other spells work like that for other classes? Sorry, Hunton, what are you referring to? Sorry, I wasn't looking at Twitch chat. I apologize. Oh yeah, I can give it to you, sure. I want to pull up your, I'm assuming you're a noob from this past week, because that's the one we were watching, right? Like, burrowers, yeah, 600k. What's your unfiltered damage? Oh, it's only 666. I'm surprised it's so low. That's actually pretty good. Interesting. That was a right fight, right? Yeah, July 26th. Yeah, let me get that Weakaura for you. Fojji. There you go. Too many tabs open, I'm losing everything. Okay. So, yeah, no problem, ASCII. Okay, Rakan, I guess any other questions on Anub? Actually, while you type that, I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick, but I'll be right back. All right, cool, Lucas. Glad that helped you. All right, I will do one more log review. So, who is it? Barry. If you're still around, I got you. Awesome. Yeah, Rakan. So if you can use, yeah, so those gloves are really good. You just have to swap out hit from somewhere. I would not say you should, or they're definitely a good alternative to Pharaohs. Just make sure you're not overcapped on hit. All right, Turtle Bob. I dig it. I'll leave mine up. Turtle Bob. Mograine. All right, you got a fight in just overall. All right, you're soaking on twins, no worries. Okay. Sure. Let's go with the Beast. I feel like Beast has a lot of opportunities for like improvement. I guess we'll go with your best log here. Actually, you know what? First thing I want to do, I'm gonna look at this most recent log and just check out your gear. I just like starting with gear because I feel like that's a very easy place to increase damage. Okay, so you have 349 hit. So that's way too much. You're horde, so you only want 289. So that means you have 60 more hit than you need. Oh, Lucas, it should be in the video description, by the way, for twins. Oh, okay. You've just been really unlucky with gear. Yeah, unfortunate offhand to have. Oh, so an easy one, Fellspark has hit haste. I would get, if you have the gold to spare, get Bejeweled Wizard's Bracers. I mean, it's a direct swap for the hit for crit, which is really good. I think gems all look good. Yeah, so I think just replacing your bracers could give you a solid upgrade. Only thing I really see. But yeah, I mean, if you've been unlucky, that's just kind of unfortunate. All right, let's go back to this log. Turtle Bob. Okay, so number one right off the bat. So something you're doing, this is what a lot of people have been doing, is you're saving your Shadow Fiend for Lust. I would not do that. Yeah, Rakan, for the absolutely Abyssal Rune from TOC 5-man is really good. So your Shadow Fiend, I would use it on pull and then use it on this first crash. So you're using it on the second crash here, which you're getting some damage, but it seems like the fight ends before you really get full value out of it. So like both your Shadow Fiends did around 30k, whereas if you were to Lust on pull, this one would probably do about 30, and then this one would do around 60-ish. I wonder if your Shadow Fiend on Ice Howl, like, did this one die early? Turtle Bob, Shadow Fiend. Yeah, so your Shadow Fiend died early from Burning Bile. I guess it didn't die. Oh, never mind. It just took damage. Okay, cool. It just didn't do a ton of damage despite Lust. Might be under hit if you take Curse off. He's only got 60 hit to spare. Yeah, you would be under hit. I mean, you could add a gem, but like a veiled gem. But yeah, I would just change bracers personally. Okay, yeah. So Shadow Fiend on pull, and then Shadow Fiend on this first crash. That's the first thing I would say. Go to Gormok. Okay, your Gormok damage is pretty steady. You would spike higher, obviously, with a Shadow Fiend here. I think I want to look at your cast just to start the fight. So Devouring Plague, Vampiric Touch, Mind Blast. So, I mean, other than waiting 2 seconds for your first cast, so just try to just cast as soon as combat starts. But that's, you know, fairly minimal. Okay, so here's one big issue, is that you're doing a lot of single target into the snowballs, whereas what you want to be doing is really just maintaining Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch on them. You can refresh Shadow Word Pain with a Mind Flay, but you know that wouldn't be 10 casts with 19 hits. Really what you want to do is, you know, single target Gormok as much as you can. As soon as you can for the snowballs, whether it's like when he has them in his hand before he throws them or after he throws them and they land, then you put up your dots. That's for the end when we... Okay. Well, you have... Well, so even before he dies. So let's go back. Gormok dies at 128-ish, 125. You have Mind Blasts and Mind Flays pretty early. So like even so like if he dies here-ish, I would just make sure you're not casting your Mind Blasts into them. So, and you probably don't need as many Mind Flays. You could probably wait a little bit longer before you Mind Flay. Like I would say it's really not necessary until your Shadowed Pain has about 5 or 6 seconds left on it. And you probably only need to do that once per snowballed. Obviously every raid's different with how long it takes to kill them, but I think once per snowballed is probably enough. But yeah, you're right. A lot of your single target, like right here, does happen after Gormok dies. But I would just say just try to be a little bit less Mind Flay and like no Mind Blast into them. Just send those all into Gormok. Cool. Okay, let's go to Acid Maul and Dread Scale. Okay, this is when you do your Shadow Fiend. Gotcha. Vampiric Touch, Shadowed Pain on Dread Scale, so you guys are burning Acid Maw. Your damage here is actually pretty good. I guess with Lust. On Acid Maw into Dread Scale. Okay, I want to go to my logs. So I kind of need to look at my damage breakdown to see how I'm handling this. Let's go to Acid Maw and Dread Scale. We do Dread Scale first, right? So, okay, so our single target is about the same on our off target, or on our main target rather. Dread Scale, and then Acid Maw. So you're a Dread Scale. Okay, so you're maintaining dots on him. The one thing is, again, similar to was it Rakan, I think, had this problem where you just want to make sure you're maintaining your dots while he's burrowed. So I just have a little bit more damage during the burrow. So just make sure that as soon as Acid Maw dies, or even before Acid Maw dies, just before that burrow happens, you make sure that all 3 dots are refreshed onto Dread Scale or whichever one's burrowing. Overall, everything kind of looks good here. I would just obviously not Shadow Fiend. You would use that here, and then you would wait to use it here. Yeah, and then Ice Howl. Okay, here, let's go to your, well named. Turtle Bob, Northern Beasts. Okay, so your Mind Flay is actually pretty good. Your delay. Look at Ice Howl. Oh yeah, let's look at Devouring Plague. I kind of want to look at. It's gonna be hard to figure out from logs, I think, but I guess the crash happens right here. Where do you have Improved Devouring Plague? Okay, so it looks like you cast it right as he crashes, and then you cast it right at the end, so that's good. Mind Flay is doing great damage. All your dots are ticking. Cool. So that looks good. Yeah, I think similarly to Rakan, you're kind of a victim to slower kill times. Oh, you got the Weakaura for that? Awesome. Yeah, that's a really good Weakaura. Yeah, I think overall your log's actually pretty good. I think for you, the main things are moving Shadow Fiend back and then just doing a little bit less on the snowballs so that you're focusing more on Gormok. Making sure you're refreshing dots into that burrow. Did you get a second burrow? No, you didn't. Good. Then I feel like your damage is a little bit low here in the beginning for Gormok. Oh wait, no, sorry, Ice Howl. I mean, I guess I'm floating around 10k. You're a little bit under that. So maybe not. Yeah, then I think getting really good value out of Shadow Fiend on this one would be pretty big for you. Yeah, I think overall your log's actually pretty good. Definitely know what you're doing. I think it's just maximizing your multi-dotting a little bit more, and then your Shadow Fiend usage are the big things here. And then, you know, faster kill times, but that'll come with gear. Obviously, the longer a fight is, the worse it is for Shadow. Oh yeah, downtime doesn't... I don't know why downtime's like so weird on this fight. I think overall though, you're not bad. Definitely not bad. Let's go back to your main page. I want to check out your Draxus is pretty good. Your noob could use some work. Your Draxus is pretty solid. Okay, mistresses, perfect. You did this perfectly. Oh, the only thing, are there 2 mistresses or are they 1? Oh, you had 2 mistresses. Wow. So it seems like you only cast, you were really late to cast your dots on Mistress of Pain 2. Wait, no. Resources, HP, enemies, Mistress of... Wait, what? Oh, group 2. Which one is Mistress of Pain 2? Oh, I see. Hold on. Wait, ignore what I'm saying. This is Mistress of Pain 2 at the very end. I thought you had 2 right here. Okay, so right at the very end here, you don't worry about whatever spawns. Like at this point, just kill the boss. So it seems like you guys had just gotten another portal. So that's super minor. You did this mistress perfectly though. So we look at Nether portal, right? You guys were killing this one. I think if I was your raid leader, I would just tell you to ignore this and just kill the boss. So here you just put your dots up on the Nether portal. I mean, if that worked for you guys, that's fine. Your dots got good value out of them. Shadow Pain, a little bit small, like 8K. But I mean, for a single GCD, that's basically in line with Mind Flay. So I think that's pretty good. If we look at your axis, you have a little bit of a dip here. Let's look at your cast. You go Shadow Fiend into Devouring Plague into Vampiric Touch. I think so. I would definitely have your. Whoops. Undo this. I definitely have your first cast after Shadow Fiend be Vampiric Touch. So what time does your lust go out? So your lust goes out at 2 seconds. Did you wait for lust to go out before you casted Devouring Plague? Because it seems like there's like 3 seconds, or I mean, even with the GCD, there's like 1.5 extra seconds where you're not casting anything. So what I like on this fight is that I do Shadow Fiend first and then I cast Vampiric Touch, because when I go to cast that second spell of the fight, which is Vampiric Touch. Well, no, this is Jiraxis. So we're looking at this is Jiraxis. The only thing got a new macro, so my trinket and racials on separate buttons, so it's a GCD. Oh, okay, I see. So then what I was gonna say is that I like Vampiric Touch as my second cast after Shadow Fiend, because Lust generally doesn't happen when I start that cast. So if I were to do DP first, it's automatically applied to the boss, and then I'm waiting for the GCD. During that GCD or during that cast time for Vampiric Touch is generally when my lust goes out, and it seems like you guys might be the same. So which means is that even though when you start the cast for Vampiric Touch, you don't have Bloodlust, when you land the spell, you then get Bloodlust. So you're getting the benefit of it on that cast, and then every cast afterwards. So this first, I guess if your DP was earlier, which I think it should have been, it would not have benefited from it. But I think overall pretty small, but it does allow your first dots to get the benefit of Lust without needing to wait any additional time. Okay. Let's look at Infernals. Whoops. Tables. Damage done. So you got 4 Infernals. You know, I was going to say not to use Shadow Word Pain, but your Shadow Word Pain actually did a decent amount of damage on them. So it seems like your guild's not killing them super fast. So I think for you, this was fine. Normally I would say not to, but I think for you, that was fine. Volcano, again, you're just dotting it. You can put more single target into it. I guess that really just kind of depends on your raid. But like, I think from a parsing perspective, putting just dots on the other targets and then making sure that you're doing your single target into Jiraxis is definitely what you want to do. But so your single target here does kind of fall off a bit. So I wonder if you went straight from the volcanoes to dotting up. Yeah, so I think what happens here is you have the volcano, so you dot this up. That starts spawning Infernals. So you're not really going back to Jiraxis for Mind Flay. And then you're double dotting the Infernals. So which is why your damage on Jiraxis kind of stays low for this period, because you're dotting up them during that time. Not the worst thing. I think generally Shadow Word Pain is not worth it, but it's hard to argue with the damage that you got out of it here or on the Infernals. So I think that's fine. Okay, now I just want to look at your... I want to put this kill into the analyzer. And then just look at your damage on Jiraxis. So if we look at just Jiraxis, like your Mind Flay is not bad. 167 delay, 4 clips. It's not bad. Your VT downtime is pretty good. 0.8 seconds. DP 0.8. I think actually you played this fight pretty well. I think nothing major here. I think for you, again, longer kill time, so 2.5 minutes. My kills are around 2 minutes. 205, 210-ish. Yeah, I think mainly for you, I think it's actually like a pretty good log. Take a look at your gear again. So I think probably the most important thing for you, not most important, but something to focus on, is just at the very end of a fight, just keep single targeting the boss. Don't worry about any of the extra stuff, because you're not going to get value out of dotting them. Like any dots you casted at the end here are just not going to get enough value that it would have just been better to be single targeting the boss. Your dot downtimes are really good, as in they're like very small on Jiraxis. Yeah, I think primarily like your ads are up for a pretty long time, so you do get value out of that Shadow Word Pain. I want to compare your damage breakdown to mine. What's your access? How was this one for me? 9. Dude, do I have any slower kills that might be a better comparison? It's my slowest Jiraxis kill. I guess 213 or 214. So yeah, I think the thing that I noticed right off the bat is that you have a much deeper drop off when you start dotting things than I do here. And just kind of across the board, like you actually have kind of high peaks, but then you're, oh wait, am I still on? No, this is everything. This isn't just Jiraxis. So I think I would cut out Shadow Word Pain on the ads. And just try using VT and then single targeting Jiraxis in between. Yeah, I think I would agree with what you said there. So like the main difference, like your Shadow Word Pain did. You know what's funny is I don't cast my Shadow Word Pain on any of the ads, or I guess only on Mistress, Nether Portal, Infernal, Volcano. You had 15. I'm sorry. You had 11 casts of Shadow Word Pain to my 4. But my DPS was 1,000. Your DPS was 1,160. So in those 7 extra casts of Shadow Word Pain, you essentially got 160 DPS versus me. So that's something that I would try not to do as much, I think. Another thing that I'm noticing is that my fight is 24 seconds shorter than yours, but I have 1 more Mind Blast cast than you. I have 16 and you have 15. So just trying to cast Mind Blast on cooldown. You always want to keep Mind Blast on cooldown, essentially. And then the other thing is Mind Flay. So you have 114 hits. I have 115. That just comes down to reducing your Mind Flay delay. So just trying to get more Mind Flays just as soon as one ends, making sure you're going into the next one. So that's really big. And like Vampiric Touch, mine does. You know what's interesting is we have the same amount of casts. Yours, I guess mine crits a lot more than yours. I have 43% crit, you have 27%. So I think this DPS is probably like the 400 delta is more random. Yeah, so your Mind Flays would be naturally less because of the Shadow Word Pains. And I guess my point here is that I don't think those extra Shadow Word Pains are making up for the damage here. I think that you would be better off not casting those extra Shadow Word Pains. I don't think you're getting a ton of value out of them. But I think you know, this one was actually hard for me to try to figure out what was wrong, because like I think you're actually playing it pretty well. Yeah, so I think it primarily comes from maximizing Mind Flay. You know, trying to get your Vampiric Touches to crit a little bit more. And then casting more Mind Blasts, for sure. Because again, I have 16 to your 15. But again, my fight's 24 seconds shorter than yours. Yeah, I mean, I think your log's really solid. And again, like if your fight can become shorter, your DPS will just go up with it. So that's just another thing. All right, anything else, Barry, you want me to look at? I think, yeah, sure. Let's take a look at Anub. I think this will be the last one I do, and then I'm gonna head out for the night. So thanks for hanging out, guys. All right, let's make this full screen. Right, yeah, if you're soaking, it's kind of not the best to look at. I get it. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Malicite. But yeah, I will always do log reviews. So If you want your log review, just come hang out when I'm streaming. I'll try to get to as many as I can. There ain't nobody got time to review Dankleson's logs. Yeah, no problem, Rakan. Okay. I think first of all, let's look at burrowers. Okay, so you're barely over the cap, so that's not bad. 57k. Pretty minimal, and that's just from your vampiric touches ticking at the end. I would say you probably don't want to be doing Shadow Word Pain. Again, this is kind of similar to the... Oh no, here, let me rephrase that. On this, you absolutely do not want to be using Shadow Word Pain. Because if you think about when the ads are running in, you can't AoE the ads with Mind Seer until they are right next to the boss. So while they're running in, it's actually really good value to use a Vampiric Touch before they reach the boss, because you're getting your Vampiric Touch. I mean, your average cast here is 13k, but it should really be about 20. I think you probably had some... Oh, wait, let's go to unfiltered. 15. If you don't have 2-piece tier 9, you do have 2-piece tier 9. I'm surprised that's so low. Again, maybe you just have low crit. I don't know why your crits are so low. You're just getting pretty unlucky. Anyway, you get so much value out of the Vampiric Touch as the ads are running in that if you Shadow Word Pain, basically when they're like right next to the boss or right in there, you would rather be Mind Searing at that point. So I wouldn't have done any... Actually, at what point... So this is where also where a VOD would help. Like, at what point does the does the boss get taken out away from... What's it called? From like the center? Because I could understand if you start Shadow Word Painting then. It seems like your pains start pretty early. Like the ad does... I'm sorry, he's probably not gonna... Let's look at anub'arak. Let me just... Okay. Okay, this makes more sense now. Yeah, I forgot. He goes in at like 120, I think. Yeah, I would just say hold off on your Shadow Word Pains and any single target on them. The other thing is, if we look at Mind Seer, you're not getting a ton of value out of it. Let me see. Are you... Okay, so you're Mind Searing off of an ad because your Mind Seer is hitting a noob. But... Oh, wrong one. But you're only doing 1600 DPS, which means you're basically hitting one ad and a noob with your Mind Seer. Because here, let me go into my logs. Or wait, I still have it up over here. If we go to a noob, and we go to burrowers. Oh, this is the weird one. I did something weird on this one and just did a ton of VTs. Let me just go back. Basically, I want to show you how much damage your Mind Seer should be doing. Oh, so they did recrawl. So I don't have that 10.1k anymore. Interesting. Okay. So if we go to burrowers. Okay, so you see how my Mind Seer, even on the burrowers, like I'm hitting a noob too. So you can see what color is Mind Seer. So Mind Seer is red here. Okay, yeah, if you get one on the edge, so this really comes down to your tank positioning. But like my Mind Seer is doing 3k on a noob alone DPS. And then when I look at the ads, it's like 5k, 7k, 8k, 5k, 5k. So if your ads are positioned pretty poorly, which it seems like they might be here, you'd be better off just single targeting the boss than trying to Mind Seer and not really getting a ton of value out of it. Because like your Mind Flay does 3.5 to 4k DPS on its own. Like if we go to a noob, look at your... It's like your Mind Flay is 34, 27. Like your Mind Flay is pretty much equivalent to your Mind Seer hitting 2 targets. Might be a little bit better. Your Mind Flay might be a little bit better than that. So that's just something to think about, and that's going to depend on your tank positioning of the ads, just how if it's worth it to Mind Seer, which here it really wasn't. Really pretty much at any point throughout the fight, you would have been better off just single targeting the boss. And I think if your ads are spread out, then you can reapply Vampiric Touch after your first ones fall off if they have at least like 45% HP left, maybe even 40%. I think it depends how fast they're going to die. But I think I would probably focus more on single targeting if you can't reliably Mind Seer multiple ads and the boss. Yeah, like your Mind Seer is just... Go back to my log. So you can see like my Mind Seer is spiking up to 9-10k overall. I guess here it's 7, but yours is around 4k, 3k. It's basically the same value as your Mind Flay, maybe a little bit less. So I think that's kind of what I think would be better for you. And that's kind of unfortunate because that's not really on you. That's just on your tanks. Hopefully they can start positioning the ads better, but if they can't, then I would just VT the ads and single target the boss and not worry about Mind Searing. And especially with VT and like especially with the new damage cap, VT will get you very close to that if you get 4 sets of ads. Like on my kill today, hold on. On my kill today, I Vampiric Touched all 4 sets, and like my Vampiric Touch on its own did 467k, right? Yeah, Vampiric Touch. So like, if you just VT each ad once, as they run in, you'll get 3/4 of the way to the 600k cap, and then you just need like a Mind Flay or 2 when they're like really grouped up. And I mean like when you like, maybe if on the first set of your ads they're not really grouped up that much, but on the second set they are, then don't Mind Seer the first and Mind Seer like 1 or 2 times on the second, because VT on your own is going to get you 75% of the way there. Now in your raid, you guys might have a problem killing the ads, in which case like you might need to Mind Seer more, or like you might need to do more damage. But if you don't have to, then I would purely just VT them as they run in and then single target a noob. And then when you see an opportunity for a really good Mind Seer, that's when you take it. Does that make sense? Awesome. Yeah, and then I think that's it. I think this is a hard fight to evaluate because I don't think I can give you too much more advice until I see a log of yours when you are now like taking this strategy. So like now if you start VTing more and Mind Searing less. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I mean Mind Seer is great if your tank positioning is good. So and maybe this was an off night for your tank, or maybe this is the norm. I don't really know. So that's something for you to just, it's really hard because it's something that you need to evaluate in the moment. And the logs obviously don't tell the whole story. So I wonder if I go into replay, can I see the ads? I don't know if they pop up. Oh, they do. But like, I don't know how many yards this is, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, this does show their positioning, but I can't really tell, like, I don't know, can you Mind Seer from this one and hit all of them? Probably not, but yeah, I would say positioning, targeting the wrong ad potentially. Like, you just want to make sure that you're targeting the one closest to the center of a noob. But yeah, I mean, if you know, next week, happy to take a look at your new Anub. If you end up VTing more, would be interested to see how that goes. Cool. But I guess that's all I got. Yeah, no problem, Barry. I hope that helped. It's all right. Like, your logs are actually just pretty good. So it's, you know, the better the logs, the harder it is to find things. But I think obviously you're playing well. Yeah, anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to call the stream here. I thought we were going to play Diablo 4, but it seems like nobody really is. And I'm not really super into the game myself, so I'd only play if other people were. Anyway, I'm going to head off for the night. Oh, you got some new Weakauras? And watch both vlog reviews. Hell yeah, Esteban. Hey, Esteban, you can totally hop in for a log review next week, too. But yeah, anyway, thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. I think next stream probably won't be till Monday. I think I'm going to start streaming GDKPs, but yeah, come hang out. Anyway, take care. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you next week.